$8 a barrel. Peter McGuire, the Chief Executive Officer at XM Australia, joins us now to talk about that. Peter, good morning and thanks for joining in. The fear is that demand could be hit further because of what's happening in China and other pockets in the world. Your own thoughts on whether crude could fall further from these levels of sub $90 a barrel?
Well, good morning. Yes, certainly over what we've seen in the last month and a half to 2 months have been extraordinary as far as volatility and that big sell-off. You've only got to put your mind back probably about 2 weeks, and we had WTI nearly at 98. Now it had a low overnight, nearly just under 82. So I think the downward momentum, everyone's first off worried about inflation. Secondly, demand destruction. Thirdly, geopolitical with the Russia situation and Ukraine and gas. And energy experts are saying that we're going to use less in 2022, 2023. If you're looking at the US EIA, which came out at 12.6 million barrels a day for 23, that's their forecast.
Peter, so many believe that there is a significant disparity between financial markets, paper oil markets, as compared to the physical market. And financial markets need to adjust higher because structurally there is a bit of a shortage. Do you believe that, or do you think demand is slowing down much faster than any of these supply issues?
I think, first off, I'll answer the second one first, which is, yes, I think demand is cratering. You've got the issues as far as China and the COVID restrictions and what's happening across the basin of China, and with the heat outages that we've seen as far as weather, and that's impacting certainly Europe as well. So there's the first part. The second part is, yes, there's always been a concern there as far as the futures market or the paper market and how it, and derivatives and how it matches the physical market. So we've got a lot of dislocation at the moment. That's going to unwind, and I think over the next month or two, I'm looking for possibly quite significant shocks in volatility and whipsawing of the market.
The credit rating agency Fitch a couple of days ago said that halting of the Nord Stream 1 pipeline has increased the likelihood of a recession in the Eurozone. If that does take place, then have you added that as an incremental risk? Do you see more downsides in crude if recession plays out?
Well, that's a very major impact. And yes, so there's the first part. You've got to look at what Putin's issues. I'm just making some notes here now. There is no doubt he's saying to China that he wants to be paid in yuan or ruble, so strip it out from the US dollar. There's the first part. The second part is that if Nord Stream, at the impact it'll have, it's already down 48% as far as gas deliveries this year from Gazprom. So this will only magnify and become far more crucial as each month wears on closer to winter. And that's going to be a very dire situation. So yes, on the horizon, it looks very, very cloudy, and some might say we've got storms ahead.
So this stockpiles, right? We've seen US crude stockpiles already fall. I think it's been the 4th consecutive week of a fall. Do you see lower levels there? And finally, then, if you had to just give us your near-term and medium-term outlook on Brent crude, where do you see the levels?
Well, first off, I do agree with you as far as those, reserves. So there's the first part, and that seems to be only getting worse as each week wears on, and certainly by October, I think it'll be quite tight or significantly tighter. And if you're looking at where we're looking at the moment, 88.47 for Brent, it's downward, it's looking soft. So you've got to say that, 85 to 80 has got to be a handle that possibly going to be tested, but I think it's going to be volatile. And whilst we see washouts of 6% overnight, we could be quite easily sitting here in a week going, it's back up 6%. So yes, hold on to your hat. This is one wild ride with the crude energy market.
If your hat is left on your head already, right? I mean, if it's still there, then hold on to it. We've seen a massive slide already in crude, but thanks a lot for joining us, Peter. Have a great day.